And we have live team coverage for you tonight as we track Tropical Storm Debby. And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Bergen and Laura Blanchard are standing by in studio with the latest. Let's start with Noah. So Noah, you've been tracking the tornado warnings all evening long.
Yeah, that's exactly right, John. And I do think we'll see many more tornado warnings, especially overnight and through the day tomorrow. Debby has the look of a storm that's going to really intensify all the way to the point of landfall. As of the 8 o'clock advisory, sustained winds of 70 moving due north at 12, pressure about 992 millibars. But I do think this storm tomorrow will produce stronger gusts and more of an impact than Idalia did in the panhandle in northern Florida, just because of how slow it's going to be moving and how large the wind field is. The wind field extends a lot farther out from the center than Idalia. Here's the loop, and I want you to notice a huge blowup of convection. This infrared satellite image, remember, tells you the temperature of the cloud top. So the brighter they are, closer to black and white and the red, the colder they are. And notice all the lightning, too, in this burst of convection right here off the coast of Sarasota, St. Pete, and up to Clearwater. A little bit of dry air wrapping in right here. You see how the clouds are not quite as bright right there, but this probably will be a hurricane with the latest update coming up at 11 p.m. It'll be a Category 1 with probably 80-mile-an-hour winds, if I had to guess, in about 45 minutes or so when they put out the new update. Debby is trending further east. Significantly so. The last few hours it's been on the east side of the cone, and that means notably more rain and wind here even into the Orlando area tomorrow. I think the impacts will stretch a lot longer into the day tomorrow. Landfall tomorrow, Steinhatchee and Cedar Key, somewhere between there, probably even closer to Cedar Key in the morning. I expect the landfall between 7 a.m. and 9:30, either as a strong Category 1 or even a Category 2. I would not rule out a Cat 2 landfall Monday morning, and we'll have live coverage from Cedar Key with our David Martin tomorrow morning on Good Day Orlando, but they'll probably experience a pretty nasty storm as it's intensifying all the way to the point of landfall. Peak gusts for us, this will be mainly between 3 a.m. and noon tomorrow. And actually the worst of the winds in the Orlando area will be during the mid-morning into the midday tomorrow. 30 to 45 east of I-4, Deltona, Sanford, Lake Mary, Daytona Beach, Palm Coast, Claremont, 45 to 60 gusts, and I do think there will be a few gusts to 60 in Orlando during the late morning tomorrow. Ocala, the Villages, 60 to 75, then western Marion County, Alachua County, then out towards Cedar Key. There'll be about a 4 to 6 hour window of gusts that will exceed 75 miles an hour during the morning tomorrow. I've got much more for you regarding the tornado risk overnight, the timing for that through tomorrow, and also the hour-by-hour maps coming up in just a few minutes. John.